Good, buddy. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Texas Motor Speedway. Continue with some media availability. We have Darrell Wallace Jr., driver of the Toyota Care, Camping World, Good Sam's Toyota Tundra. And Darrell obviously had a very big week coming off his historic win at Martinsville Speedway last weekend. And Darrell, I know you've had a very busy week and probably sick of seeing me, but talk about your week so far and obviously coming back in here to Texas this weekend where you had a good run in the spring.
Yeah, it's definitely been a busy week for me, busiest of my career. But that's part of it, right? Coming off a big win at Martinsville, that was outstanding. Credit goes back to my guys on that one still, and it's just I'm still in shock over it. I hadn't had really time to let it set in, but having that clock in my new place sure is nice.
And before we start out with questions, just want to let everyone know we want to congratulate Darrell. He's a brand new uncle. Sister had a healthy baby boy yesterday morning. How is she doing?
She's good. She's good. My dad said she called her, I think, earlier this morning and asked what the baby was doing. And she said sleeping. He was like, well, wake her up. Wake him up. I want to talk to him. But it's all good. But we just got word that our car got towed, so back to some bad news now. Oh, I wasn't driving, so Dad was.
Okay, we'll open up for questions. We'll start here with Ed, and then we'll go to Wolfgang after that. Okay.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com. Darrell, I know you said that after last week's win that you sort of had no idea of the significance of it, but I want to ask you sort of specifically, it seems like with your generation, race and ethnicity has not mattered a whole lot. And can you talk about, A, have you encountered that as an issue through your career, and B, does it surprise you after your win that it matters so much considering coming out of your generation?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge, and for me, like I said, I focus on, that's very important for our sport is to bring in a new face. But for me, what's important is running up front and trying to help that. I'm trying to let that settle in with the good finishes. I'm trying to let the good finishes and running up front and wins kind of take care of that itself, not as far as myself, but that's how I kind of go about it. So if I can continue to do that and get people involved, I said it yesterday, if I'm winning, that gets a kid want to get involved, which means his parents have to get involved, which means they're going to tell other people that they're getting involved, and then all of a sudden you just got a whole family involved before you know it. So if that doesn't help, then I don't know. But I'm going to continue to run up front and try to run up front.
Before you really got involved in NASCAR and D4D, just racing around Mobile Speedway and that sort of thing coming up, or being around Mobile, did you face any issues just around the local tracks and all?
I never actually even seen Mobile Speedway.
Oh, okay.
I moved from there when I was 2. In Concord, though, yeah, of course. Growing up, it wasn't easy, but I was 9 and didn't know what any of that stuff meant. So I just went out there and had fun, and I still do that to this day. And now I do understand it, and now it's 2013, so all you do is laugh because it's still going on, and it shouldn't be. So use that as motivation and go out there and do better.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll go over here to Wolfgang, and then we'll come back to Lewis, and then to Jeff.
Wolfgang Monzer from Germany, Ranchport Press Agency. Darrell, in the past in America you had Wendell Scott, in open wheel you had Willie T. Ribbs, in F1 you have now Lewis Hamilton as African-American driver or English driver. Do you have still contact with these guys, with Ribbs or with Lewis Hamilton, to get some advice, or maybe with Ribbs management-wise?
No, I haven't. I hadn't even met Lewis or Willie T. But me and myself and Bill Lester share tweets back and forth with each other sometimes, and he just posted a picture yesterday of him on the cover of a magazine, and it said, "Are you ready?" It was from I don't know when, but "Are you ready for a new face of NASCAR?" And he posted, "I hope so," and his name is at Bubba Wallace, so that meant a lot. So to be able to go out there and kind of carry on everybody's legacy in NASCAR is huge.
Okay, we'll go to Lewis and then Jeff, and then I think we have a question over here.
Straight back.
Hey.
Lewis Frank, Speed Week. Obviously, your win generated a lot of interest across the country to some general publications. Are there any misconceptions, racing-wise, that, people would ask you, and what was the kind of like the funniest incident of telling them what you do for a living?
Well, I think the best one was setting up for the Arsenio Hall show. I got a lot of questions that were like, really? You know? But you gotta, I guess when something big happens and a lot of outlets start getting involved, a lot of outlets don't know anything about the sport. And that's one thing I forget. And then you're just like, yeah, I race cars. I didn't have a license when I started. You don't have to have a license when you start. So just stuff like that really made you laugh. But other than that, everything was a smooth sail.
Okay, we'll go to Jeff.
Thank
then
you.
We'll go to Holly after that, and then we'll go back over to Stan. Okay.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. I'm sorry, did you say your car got towed?
Yeah. You know what? You know where they take them from here? Yeah, Dad. I mean, it was inside the line, perfect, nice spot, front row. But they weren't having it, I guess.
So it wasn't you didn't have the wrong parking pass. Or you didn't get in the lines right or something.
I guess I don't know. I wasn't driving, so I just walked off. My dad was like, "We got towed." I'm like, "That's your problem, not mine."
That's kind of a come down from the week you've had, don't you think? Ted?
Yeah, it's like what the heck, you know? All the excitement, and then we get towed. It's like, shoo, heading back down. Back to reality, I guess.
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, we'll go up here to Holly, and then we'll go to Stan after that.
Holly Kane, NASCAR.com. What's been the coolest thing that you've done or the coolest interview you've had a chance to do this week as a result of all this?
I'd say the Arsenio Hall show. I'm horrible with faces and names. And they were like, Arsenio Hall, it's huge. And I'm like, sure, whoever that is. Yeah, okay. And then the minute I seen him, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, now I know who he is. So that was pretty cool. But I'd say the coolest thing that happened, Tyra Banks followed me on Twitter. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll go over to Stan.
Stan Creekmore with RPMtonight.com. From a racer standpoint, I'm sure your victory was maybe one of the best of your career. But if you look back at your short career, was there any other victory that measured in that same way?
Dover. It's another one of the. I got two of the coolest trophies in the sport right now. I just need a big one on a Sunday from Dover, but that one was huge since I just lost my uncle that race, so it was kind of a emotional weekend for us, and we ended up winning the whole weekend, and in a freaky way, the leader. I wasn't gonna win the race. The leader blew a tire with 3 to go because we kind of walked into it, and like a miracle happened. So. I'd say that one was pretty close to it, but this one sure does take the cake.
Okay, any other questions for Darrell? Okay, Darrell, thank you very much for your time. Good luck tonight in the race.
Thank you.